Yeah. So in our last episode, the 5 of you came to Vartungard and did a lot of exploring. You went to the Great Hall and you spoke with Jarl Tenfeather. You learned about the curse that his wife, Narina, is dealing with. And we're looking for ways to fix her. Yeah, what's up, TJ? Little Vartungard traveling. You journeyed around the city. You went to the inn where you saw there's lots of notice board quests popping up all around. You met some of the other clans inside the city. Then as a group, you went and visited both the Theatre of the Dead Tongue and the Temple of Desolation, 2 different clergies of the Matron of Ravens, each with their own belief system. And as you left the Temple of Desolation, Gustradh took the oath of the Matron and now follows the Matron of Ravens as a paladin. We're going to pick up right after all 5 of you leave the Temple of Desolation. You've just walked outside of the church doors. It's still day, but the sun is starting to slowly start to fall because you've been running around all day today. And as you leave the temple, is there anything you'd like to say? What would you like to do?
Gustradh, I couldn't help but notice that. And apologies if you think I overheard, but it seems like you've picked your temple. Does that mean that we're going to be saving the child?
And before I answer, what was given to me? It was like some sort of thing, adorned.
It's a mantle.
A mantle
that goes over your shoulders and it has feathers that hang down.
Oh. So yeah, you would see that as like a new thing, and Gustradh would say, I've been conflicted about the child and what to do with her, but I feel that even though the Matron of Raven is the goddess of death, that we cannot escape our fate, but we should always cherish the life that we live and try to protect it as best as we can, because there is no second chance. And I feel that it is important to try everything we possibly can do to save this child.
Well, then I suppose that means that our group, even if it is a temporary one, or if it's not, it seems like we've made our decision then. Through you, at least.
Yes, I feel like we may all have a common goal at this time, at least, like you said. But I don't want to speak for everyone. What do you guys think?
As I have expressed before, I am intent on saving this child and her mother as well.
I too believe we should save the child. Sorry.
I believe that this is probably the best course of action we could be taking right now.
Shannon?
I think it is folly to murder the child, especially if she's infected with something that we don't yet understand. Because what is to say that they can't just keep doing this to other people in the city?
And like we've been warned, there is great concern if they do pass what would happen of Vartungard and of the other clans of the north. Certain bloodshed and unrest that we should probably avoid at all costs.
I think that's a sound choice.
Well, if what they have done is a result of the Trollkin regeneration, Trollkin were able to reverse that, so one can only assume that whatever they have done is also reversible.
As you guys are doing this, you're walking across the bridge, the Walk of Remembrance, and you're heading back towards the town. As you're walking across, and the cold wind is battering your face as the sun starts to set, the Perrytons gain confidence. And you hear a screech from above, and 2 hungry Perrytons who have learned to hunt the bridge start to dive at your position. We're going to immediately jump into combat.
Oh, shit.
I thought these birds were cool.
Roll initiative, let's go.
They lied.
Gustrad's talk of religion and valor has distracted me enough that these birds have got the jump on us, and I'm sad.
They got antlers, but my antlers are better.
We learned that they were, like, essentially eating the souls, but I don't think that Shannon told us that at all. Okay, so I don't know that. Great.
We don't know any of that, no.
Silent Stag, you hear the screech and you see the 2 Perrytons flying down towards you.
Well, this is frustrating. I was not prepared to fight.
That's the best time to throw an encounter out.
Oh god. Oh god, I'm gonna Hunter's Mark that one.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay.
With my bow.
If you hit it, just take that 6.
My longbow. Alright. That really matters if I hit it or not. Really.
10 misses though.
Yeah. Woo. Okay. Bonus action? Do I have a bonus action? Wait.
Bonus action was your Hunter's Mark.
Oh, it was my Hunter's Mark. You're right.
Come on, you haven't fought in 3 weeks and you don't know your character? Hurry up, Cole.
It's been so long. It's been longer
just leveled
than 3
up.
weeks.
Come on.
It's been longer than 3 weeks.
So Torgrim, they are 25 feet out from you.
Man, wouldn't it be cool if someone had a throwing axe?
Just throw the dwarf.
Just throw it.
You have to
Toss me.
The one closest to me, I'm actually going to throw my steel.
Can I say Jinx, you owe me advantage on that one, by the way?
Ooh. That was a cool hand axe animation. The 17 hits and then flies back to your hand.
Yeah. Not that I can use that again, but I did it once.
Yeah, this did the good thing is it didn't fall off the river into the pond below. It would have lost.
Very, very true.
So you heard your steel hawk hand axe, it smashes into the Perryton and cuts across the side, and then you hold out your hand and it whips back into you like your Kratos. Perryton flies down to Gustradh. It's going to try to make a gore attack. Then it's going to make a talon attack.
The gore will miss. The talon will hit.
It flies down. Instead of flying by because it cuts you with its talon and it's all the blood, it feels a little confident and you can see it. It just hovers in front of you, ready to go. Shannon.
Alright. I will cast Hex and I will choose Dexterity on the one next to Gustradh.
Alright.
So bonus action Hex. And I will take a step back and I will fire as radiant damage because I can do that now in Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Oof.
+2.
Oh, 15 force damage. Oh,
13 radiant.
That's meant. Sorry. That is some hefty damage on the Perryton. It takes the brunt. You can see part of its wings snap back from the blow. It has a little bit of trouble flying, but it holds its ground. Good damage. Till.
Yeah, this Perryton, how high up is it? The one that's not on the bridge.
This one is It's hovering over the water, and it's about 50 feet up from the water.
50 feet. Okay.
I love it with this.
Okay. Yeah, Till is she's gonna notch one of her arrows into her bow, and while doing so, in a language that none of you, I imagine, can understand, she says something, and you kind of just see the bow around where her fist is just starts to freeze as a bonus action. She's gonna use Ensnaring Strike.
Which language?
Click check.
Okay, definitely not me.
And then she's gonna take aim at that peryton that's above the water, and she's gonna take a shot.
Nice. Oh, no. I did actually think about taking the language. I didn't.
I also considered it.
Beats the save, but takes the damage.
Well, that's too bad. Okay, so yeah, the bow, the arrow will fly, and you can see like ice kind of like form on its one side, but not enough to drop it from the air, and that'll be my turn.
Taking that hefty damage, this peryton's gonna fly over here. Come right at Torgrim. The gore.
Does not hit.
And then a talon. Double miss.
Get at me.
Gustradh.
He will go ahead and most fights, if it starts off, we're going to default to the claymore unless I say shield and battle axe. But the peryton will take out the claymore and aim for its head.
Off with its head. Oh, that's a good hefty blow. Still alive, but a nice chunk cut from its throat. Its clavicle.
Okay. I think that would be the end of my turn. Where is the combat tracker? End turn. Okay.
Top of the round goes to Stag.
All right. Bonus action. I will be casting spiritual weapon.
Ooh.
Just for it to be there, and I'll put it next to this peryton.
What do you want your weapon to look like? I have a mace, a maul, a scythe, sword.
Tiny statue of you.
Yep.
Probably a tree.
A bust. I'm joking. Do you have a dagger?
I can make the sword look kind of small.
Okay.
Blue,
That
green,
works.
red, or purple.
Green, please.
There it is.
Yeah. All right. And as a bonus action, I would be attacking that peryton.
10 damage. It's looking real rough, but still standing. As you slice
Okay.
through the back of it, it hits the ground in front of Gustradh. Still alive, but it's no longer fine.
All right. And with my action, I will take a shot. Wait. I forget. What's that? Oh boy. I don't remember all my spells. Embarrassing. Then I'll just take a shot at the other peryton for my action.
Okay.
See if I can actually hit for once, but I can't. So I'm gonna end my turn.
I also put the weapon under your folder for your character sheets if you ever want to move it while it's on the board.
Lovely.
Pogredin.
Torgrim, this thing came up to him and hit him, so Torgrim's gonna hit him back. He's gonna pull out his greatsword as his bonus action and smack it.
18 hits for 9 slashing.
And that's my turn.
Greatsword comes down across the peryton's mouth. You get a nice gash over it, and you can see some of his exposed teeth. Still alive. This one that's hurt. Gonna make gore. And a talon. And Gustradh.
The gore will definitely hit. The talons will miss.
Then it's gonna fly up 30 feet. Gonna swing at it.
Yes, please.
So it tries to lift off, and And as it leaps into the air, you cut it down, and it falls dead in front of you.
Got him.
Shannon.
Well then I will bonus action to move my hex to the other Periton.
Okay.
And I will coalesce another radiant ball of energy and Eldritch Blast the other Periton.
Is that a crit? Oh.
Oh!
14 hits though.
Yeah, the crit damage wouldn't have been worth it anyway.
13 kills it.
No survivors.
As the Eldritch Blast kills the Periton, you're now standing on the bridge, still cold. But the combat is over.
Gustradh will kind of stare up at the sky to see if there's any additional birds that are looking like they might come down.
Make a perception check. A 21. You look around, there is a large nest of birds a little ways off. Look like they live on the island. But seeing the destruction that just happened to them and seeing how many people are there, the birds are keeping an eye on you but staying away.
About how far are they?
300, 350 feet.
Hey, Till.
You want to take a shot?
We can. What is it, Stag?
Let's try to see who's better out of us. If you can hit one of those birds, you get the bragging rights for it.
Those ones down there. And she'll kind of like point off into the distance.
Kind of point towards where the nest kind of is.
I think that could be arrangeable. I'll even one up you. I can kill one with a single shot.
Ooh, and if you can't?
It's not about if I can or cannot. It's about if you can't and I can.
Are you sure neither of you are followers of Oddgear?
No.
If I knew what you were speaking of, perhaps, but I imagine that's a no.
Do you enjoy challenges?
You know, not particularly. We're usually more about survival, but Stag here has soured me, I suppose.
Minute passes, the weapon goes away.
No, my weapon.
Are you planning to take the first shot?
She was just going to send the spiritual weapon up there.
Whoosh.
In 10 minutes, that thing's a goner when it catches up to the bird.
So these shots are at disadvantage because they're over your first range. And then
Absolutely.
Johnny, give me an investigation check.
Okay, I will take the first shot.
Till is going to target a bird that is as high up in the air as possible and as close to the land as possible. And she's going to imbue this shot again with ensnaring strike. You can just see like her bow kind of freeze a little bit and she's going to take the shot.
All right.
Wow.
Oh.
Does guidance help with attack rolls?
It does not.
Nope.
Damn. Okay, I will take the attack. My attack.
2 big misses. Both your arrows don't even get to the land. They just hit the frozen ice water.
Before Stag says anything, I'm taking another shot.
Spaceman video with the number of that one. A 14 does hit.
All right. Can it make a another one of those saves for me? God damn it. Why does everything roll so well against me? I just wanted to hit it with the spell.
So the attack hits the Periton, and then seeing that hit, you see all the Peritons start to scatter. Flying away.
Can I just take one more shot before they all get out of the range?
A 12? 12 just misses.
God damn it.
If you just practice a little more, Stag, I'm sure in time you'll like slap you on the shoulder with one of her smaller arms.
Sean, as you're checking out this Periton, no valuables are on it. The body's been pretty mangled from these strikes. But is there anything are you looking for anything in particular?
Just making sure that they're normal peritons as far as I can tell.
Okay.
Like no sign of the trollkin stuff, nothing that would be what we've encountered with the Red Fang.
Sure. Yeah, they do appear normal. And you would know that they are, while they're like normal beasts, they are slightly demonic in that they do eat the dead. And that's how their shadows change. So you kind of get you know enough about them to know that they're a weird bestial creature, but they're not infected by the dragon's blood.
So do these things look natural?
You would think they do, yeah. Just a weird creature of the north.
Okay. Yeah, while Shannon's doing that, then Till will go to the other one and kind of like bend down, using her smaller set of arms, cover its eyes with her palms. And again, in Click is saying something similar to like when we were dealing with the Sabertooths. And then with one of her main hands, she'll take out her Quantrell and just like quickly just decapitate it and then toss both sides into the water.
I was just gonna ask Torgrim if he wanted to make stew out of that, but I guess...
Yeah,
we'll
Torgrim
won't.
would look in shock and be like, hey, we could have eaten that.
I believe it has much too many bones.
From experience with my hive, I can assure you that birds are quite gamey, and they are not as good as you would think. I would avoid them for eating.
I've eaten these birds before, they taste fine.
Then you should probably improve your palate.
We might be on a long journey ahead of us. Those rations might have saved us in the wild.
Torgrim will like attempt to like smack Gustrad's chest, being like, see, Gustradh knows what's going on here.
And he probably smacks my
He only reaches up to the side.
Hit your knee, you fall.
Okay.
Well, I think between myself and Stag, it should not be too troublesome to get food when we're on our journeys.
Just there. Is about right there.
Looks like there are a couple of clans here. Torgrim, were you a part of any of these clans? The Sunderwolves?
Yes, I was part of the Sunderwolves once. They're not in this village, but...
Hmm. Well, now, we have still quite a bit of the city to peruse. Anything tickle your fancy? What do you guys want to do next?
There's not much I want to see. I think the sooner we deal with this Runa problem, the better. But I can't do it alone, so lead on.
Didn't I hear about a lodge? Looking at Stag, is that something you would be interested in?
Yes, I believe it said something on the notice board. Said of a Silverwood lodging. It also mentioned a dragon, which I believe we're also looking for. It might be one of the better places to look for information.
Could be related, at the very least, yes.
Well, if everyone is in agreement, we should probably head over there.
I believe that would be a good plan.
Stag, did you not want to see that tree before we headed out as well?
Well, it is on our way.
Sounds like a plan.
The fallen fruit tree.
Mm-hmm.
You walk past the Stonefist clan and the Jotunborn clan, and you stop in front of the tree of the fallen fruit. This tree stretches up about 24 feet high. It is devoid of any sort of foliage on it. It is a completely dead tree with a very large trunk. As you look at the tree, you can see that the roots seem healthy, and they dig deep into the ground here. And the tree resembles a face in its base. two large, hollowed out eyes, and a very, very large, hollowed out mouth and nose. You can see when you look into the mouth of the tree that there is a ceramic bowl, and inside this ceramic bowl is little bits of ash, as if something was burned in it recently.
Could I make like a religion check to see if this is like a ritual?
Definitely. 19, pretty good. So you would know this. So the tree of the fallen fruit resembles when Iana ate the fruit that fell from Amar's branches in the story of creation before the sacrifice. And what it symbolizes here in present day religion is whenever someone wants to try to communicate with Iana, they will write on parchment what they want to say to her, and they'll burn it inside this tree.
I would, seeing that I follow Matron of Ravens, I would be very excited to explain the custom of trying to communicate with her at this tree, and kind of giving the background to history, if in case, not really telling Shannon, because Shannon probably already knows it, but for those in our party that may not.
Before you get like halfway through your first sentence, Till's like squatted down and she's picked up the bowl and she's kind of like inspecting like very closely the ashes. And why would someone do this? This fire wouldn't warm anyone. She'll just put it back.
It's more of a symbol than something that is efficient or has a direct use to you.
And it's a symbol for your patron?
Yes.
Your raven?
Yes. Iana, the Matron of Ravens. It's what our followers have some sort of hope that our concerns are written down and are able to reach her in some sort of form or fashion.
Your raven doesn't walk on the soil like everyone else?
She actually started off as a raven. And as this tree signifies, there was a fallen fruit from it. And she went and ate it and was transformed into a human. So she has walked from what stories tell, the continent of Erenel, but is now locked in battle with the fallen one in the below. So yes, to answer your question, she does walk, but not anywhere where we can reach her at this time.
Then how is she one that can protect you if she's not here? At least with the Life Giver, he's within a day or two's travel of the hive. If the weather's permitting, of course.
Her powers are vast, and sometimes it's not even just the god's power, but the power of her followers. People like myself will help protect each other. Sharing a common goal, belief system, can be very beneficial.
Suppose there's some respect in that. I've firsthand have seen what believing in the Life Giver can do. Perhaps your bird isn't that different.
Perhaps not.
But I've never seen your bird, so...
I've never seen your Life Giver.
Well, perhaps when the time is right, you may visit. That is, of course, that I can continue tolerating you within the next couple months. With this Runa situation done, we might end up parting ways.
Well, if that happens, then I wish you the best of luck. I think it would be best if we go to the lodging. I think it's outside the city walls, but let's probably stay clear of the Dead Tongue chapel.
I do believe that would be for the best.
Well, at any rate, Torgrim should stay away. He might swing at us again.
That was an accident. Come on.
It didn't feel like an accident when you were swinging at us.
I didn't know what was happening.
Thankfully, no one got hurt. Like I am right now. I am bleeding.
Do you need to rest before we head out then?
I think before we head out on our adventure, or journey, I will definitely need some rest, but I think going to this lodging shouldn't cause any issues.
Well, at the very least, let me try and stop some of the bleeding.
Would you like to stop bleeding?
I have a I don't have medicine, but I do have a herbalism kit, and she'll try to like sift through and see if she can find some of that, like some bandages or any form of like stray cloth inside it, and grab some snow, which totally is sanitary, by the way, to put in a wound, and she'll just kind of like offer to bind you.
Oh God, this is bringing back memories for me.
I allow it, and I watch to make sure that there is no yellow snow that she picks up.
That's great.
Arguably, the yellow snow is more disinfected. It's more sanitary.
I will not debate this.
But that acid in the wound, that would hurt.
Yeah.
Logic.
Till we'll quickly bandage up your forearm a little bit, and then head on out with the rest of them.
All right. You pass down, went past the statue of Jarl, past the Skull Crusher Inn where you stayed the night before. Given a wide berth of the Dead Tongue, you make your way towards the Silverwood Lodge.
Hey, I've seen this coloration. You posted this picture in the chat earlier.
Hey! From the outside,
What?
this wooden structure appears simple. It has heavy timbers and a steeply angled roof set in the middle of an overgrown part of the forest here. The entryway to the Silverwood Lodge leads you under a ribcage of an enormous beast. And before you can see, the door handles are made of timber with silver inlays. It's quiet. Peaceful here.
Can I do a nature or some other form of check to see if maybe religion check if this is like what kind of beast this is? The bones?
Make a nature check.
I would like to do the same.
Give him advantage.
Oh, I was doing it for myself.
Well, I don't need your help.
Well,
With a 7,
still
the big beast. Maybe it's a whale.
How'd they get a whale up here? Wow.
With a 15,
Bing bang.
it is a dire mammoth.
That's fucking cool. I will not relay that information.
I think it's
I assume everyone knows what a dire mammoth looks like.
very big fish. They must
If a fish has 4 legs, perhaps.
I've seen animals that swim that have webbed feet. Surely that could happen.
I've never seen a fish with feet.
Semantics.
Frogs are basically fish. They have feet.
I mean,
What is a frog?
it's
Turtle will just look at Till and be like, what?
kind of like you. You never met a frog?
Like, look yourself up and down. I don't feel like a frog.
Frogs are not like Till.
You've seen a frog.
I have seen a frog.
She probably has a frog in her hair.
I do not.
Whatever a frog is, there's none in the pines, that's for sure.
I thought I saw a frog. Maybe I don't know what a frog is.
Alright, new quest. Find frog.
You open the
One-eyed frog.
door. Inside, you're greeted by a roaring fire centered around the tables and benches, similar to most of the buildings you've seen so far here in the north. Doors lead to the left, positioned by a large statue of an Ursus wearing a horned helmet. That is over here. The east is a platform which leads up to a table with 2 chairs. An enormous winter's wolf lies under the table, its eyes transfixed on you as you enter. With each breath, you see bits of ice and snow fall out from its teeth. The space here is warm and simple. 2 members of the lodge sit facing you. They allow the warmth of the fire to illuminate them, and you see these characters. I'm gonna pop them up.
There's quite a big house for just 2 people.
So this is... One is the Hanoi woman. She's dressed in leaf mold and brown leather. She has a quiver looped to her belt and a heavy crossbow strapped to her back. She holds a large mug, and she raises it as you walk in. Very, very nice, very greeting. Next to her is the Ursus. This Ursus resembles the statue on the left at first glance, but as you get a better look, you can see there are minor differences between the two, which marks him as undoubtedly a descendant. This Ursus has a glossy coat of black fur, which almost looks blue in the campfire light. His eyes, a mix of bestial cunning and intelligence, and he has very long, elongated clawed paws. He wears a chainmail, and he has a glaive resting on the table behind him. On the glaive, you can see that there is a fur similar to his shade, strapped just under the bladed hook of the weapon. And as you walk in, the Ursus remains quiet and just kind of stares at you. Or the Hanoi waves you over. Welcome to the Silverwood Lodge. New hunters coming to hunt and kill. Please sit by the fire. Come closer.
Torgrim gonna go right and sit down.
Gustradh will get a seat right at the table that they're at.
Till will stand next to Stag.
My name's Yelma. Pleasure to meet you all. This is our leader, Volrak. He's a quiet one, don't mind him. What can we do for you?
I think this is in the department of yours, Stag, is it not?
Well, I suppose it must be. If what we've been to has been Gustradh's, then... We saw on the notice board that you had put something there. It spoke of a beast.
5 of you brave hunters have come to slay the beast and take a part of the great hunt.
Indeed we have.
Well, come closer. I have something to show you. Brace yourselves. Things could get a little hairy in here. And she lifts this iron-plated brass box with a grunt. She puts it down on the table, and then she lifts a curved shard of gray metal that shimmers with a rainbow iridescence out of the box. Immediately the box, or the shard, is surrounded by this maelstrom of metallic, and all your weapons rattle in your sheaths, and your armor seems to lift you off your feet. You can pull your armor and anything metal being pulled towards this metallic shard. Hey, I warned you, didn't I? Anything made of iron or steel just gets whipped right towards this thing. Fell from the dragon.
What does this have to do with the dragon? A dragon? Never seen a dragon control metal like that before.
Same. It is a conundrum that we've been trying to figure out. There was 2 dragons. One gray and one red. I saw them fight. She says her eyes, they take on this more wistful, faraway look, like she's remembering like a fond memory. I was west of Barrowfist Hills as the battling 2 dragons drifted in my direction. The roars grew louder and louder until the 2 drakes were directly overhead, a whirlwind of red and gray. The red one was so much bigger. It seemed a bit clumsy. And to be frank, it was fat. Strange thing about the fight was that the gray dragon never flapped its wings. Not once. It just flew. It just hovered. That is, until the red dragon struck it with a flame. And then the gray dragon seemed to fall for a brief moment before regaining its composure and floating back up. Eventually, though, this gray dragon, it got the upper hand and chased the red dragon away. When the red dragon smashed into the gray one from above, this fell from the sky, and she points at the shard. It fell to my feet, and I brought it back here to the lodge.
Does the item look like a dragon scale then? Or like what exactly is like its shape and form?
It looks like this.
Ooh.
So it comes a little, almost like a point at the end, not like a full point, but it's kind of almost like a compass's trajectory corner. This thing, she points at the shard. The dragon flew overhead one day, a few weeks back, and this right here, it spun right around, and it clocked old Fiol on the chin, knocked him clean out. It was later that I learned that all of our tools, our picks, our nails, our arrows, our shovels, everything had moved to the corner of the room where the dragon had flew over us. As if the dragon itself was just like this chunk that fell from it.
Now, Shannon's frantically taking notes on her conversation. Would that shard look similar to anything we encountered with around Syl with that dragon, or anything from like a starfall, like the crystals from that Metalmancers tend to use?
I guess
something he would be familiar with.
That is an excellent question. With a 23, you would know that it is something to do with Metalmancers and a shard.
Boy.
I don't relay that. I'm writing that down in my journal.
So is this hunt of yours wanting us to gather more of these?
We hope that you'll kill it. Kill this gray dragon, so that the red dragon will return.
You think the red one fled?
Ah, yes. It'll take a little bit of tracking. The dragon's lair is west of the Barrowfist Hills towards the Taurus-Spine Peaks. It is definitely the lair of the red. And it's pretty safe to say that the gray did push it out, and I can guarantee it's claimed its lair for itself. And you could even use the chunk here as a compass if you wish. Help you find its lair.
How does it work as a compass?
The pointy end here will always point towards the dragon if you're within at least a mile's range. The dragon must have a
useful.
strong magnetic pull to it.
I do not know how helpful I could be in this fight if all my armor and weapon fly from my body and hands.
I'm sure we can find you a wooden sword. The young ones back home, they used to train with those.
A wooden sword's not gonna do anything to anyone.
It would be better than your sword not being in your hands, would it not?
That's why we got magic fingers over here. And he's kind of like gesturing to Shannon.
What if, Torgrim, why don't you try throwing your axe and over top of this shard and see if it pulls it at all, and if it at all returns back to your hand.
Well, the axe is still metal, and I've already used it today, so I'm not able to get it to return.
Oh, it can't?
Once a
Only
day.
once per day for returning?
I'm pretty sure that's what it said.
Yeah, it's once per day.
You could at least throw it.
Well, yeah.
True. At that, Torgrim will actually... Okay, at that, Torgrim will throw a regular hand axe over top of it.
Okay.
Not the magic one.
How much effort do you put into the throw?
Nothing less than maximum effort.
So you just throw it.
Yeah, exactly.
So with the hefty throw, you can see the trajectory of the axe. It doesn't get pulled all the way to it, but it definitely sinks down, and then it kind of goes off a bit and skitters across the floor. It does have some pull, but because it's not the full scale system, it doesn't have enough to like pull it completely down.
Well, that might be troublesome.
I'd like to take probably the battle axe that I have, just like the hand axe, and just tap it on it just to see like how hard it is. Not something that would dull the edge of the axe, but just to test it, see how brittle this shark could be.
When you hit it with the axe, not too hard, just enough to tap it, it puts a small little indent, which gives you a pause that you think if with a good hefty swing, you could definitely take a chunk out of this thing if you wanted to.
Okay.
Torgrim will go and like pick up his axe.
Your reward, if you do this, kill the beast, skin it, and I can make you something amazing from what you return with.
That sounds cool.
Do you
like a
have
great
any?
deal.
Well, I guess I'll ask that question later.
Okay. And what stops you from going and tracking it down and killing it yourself?
We're spread quite thin being winter's time. Many of our hunters are out. I just returned from a hunt, and truth be told, Vorak here thinks that we need to increase our numbers, and what better way to increase your numbers than to see what the local city can offer. Vorak growls. Only 2 of them look like hunters. The rest have soft hands.
Gustradh looks at his calloused mason hands. I think he's talking about me, guys.
I highly doubt it.
Torgrim's gonna stand up and say, I don't have soft hands, and I can prove it to you.
Well, I don't think they're talking about you either, Torgrim, because you seem to hunt for your food.
True.
That does not make him a hunter, though.
Shannon will look at his hands and rub one of his wrists like he has slight carpal tunnel.
Hasn't feel right in all day.
Are there any true hunters here?
I do not consider myself a hunter, but I do hunt occasionally. Just probably not the beasts or monsters that you're looking at. What are you looking for in your followers?
Stands up. He walks over to the statue. And he pulls out this big bullseye and he places it right in front of the statue. A test for those that can wield a bow or a hand axe.
Here's that competition we talked about last episode, Torgrim. Let's go!
Let's do it.
Well, I can assure you that I would call myself a hunter, but what makes your people worth joining, if even to be considered?
What is the greatest beast that you have slain on your great hunt?
Well, I don't know what a great hunt is, if that means large large groups of clutches hunting down something for survival, then yes, I've been on one. But I have a strange feeling, like I've been learning lately, that what I'm talking about is not what you're talking about.
Here, the Great Hunt means you hunt alone or with your clan. Bring down the most dangerous and deadliest beasts that threaten the nearby civilizations. That dire mammoth that you walked in to get in here, I slain that by myself with only my glaive.
You said that was a dire mammoth? I swore it was a big fish.
A great fish could be a great hunt. But I think you might need to invest in some of that glass that you put in front of your eyes. Spectacles. Help you see what you're aiming at.
Perhaps you must borrow Shannon's.
I thought that was a style choice. Are your eyes that poor that you need glass to help them?
With that, Gustradh will, being challenged, will take his battle axe and throw it.
No. That is not the easiest of circumstances to throw your weapon at the target. You must throw it while the great frost bears down on you. Only when your senses and your adrenaline is pumping do you know if you can hit true.
I'm already radiating cold energy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The cold doesn't bother me anyway.
Frost! The Wonder Wolf gets up,
God damn it.
starts to walk over. It looks at you.
Mm-hmm. I look at it. Did I hear howl?
Yeah, how do you?
That's cool. Yeah.
What is the max range that you can stand and still hit the target? Minotaur.
I don't want to interrupt, but the last I've seen is within 5 feet. So they might need to be a bit closer.
Yeah. Do you have one of these throwing axes?
It's 20 feet.
Yeah.
He's got to take a step back.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the item.
Technically, you can throw it from 60 feet at disadvantage.
Yeah, if you want to do that, you
Only
could.
a true warrior would throw at 60, yeah.
Okay.
If you really want to prove yourself.
You say only a true warrior?
I mean, Till didn't say that. I said that, but yeah.
So this competition, the way it works is Frost is going to run at you. You have to throw or shoot your weapon over his head and hit the target. You have to make a wisdom save against being afraid of Frost, and then you have to make an attack and see how well you hit.
And this is to join the club, right?
Now, this is just to prove yourself because he's talking shit.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it's to join the club, and I don't really want to join it, so I'm just gonna just give myself disadvantage.
He's gonna throw it at the ceiling.
Just risk it.
Good. So first it's a wisdom save as the Frost brushes you.
Okay.
Are we both rolling this or just Gustradh for now?
If you want to throw it too. 12 is just enough.
And then the hand axe at a disadvantage.
A 3 is a fail. Yep, disadvantage.
Oh boy.
20 hits, dead-eye, bullseye, boom. Target throw is at still disadvantage. You don't get disadvantage from Frost. A 14 hits. So Gustradh, your hand axe hits dead center in the bullseye. Orgrim's with a 14, yours hits a little bit on the outside. Doesn't like completely miss. It gets a full axe hill into the bullseye. but you're a good 4 or 5 feet away from the center. Volric looks back at Gustradh and nods his head approvingly.
I give Frost pats.
Like animal handling check. At advantage because you are cold. $18. You pat Frost on the head.
Good thing you got that advantage. You almost lost a hand.
It would seem that I spoke too quickly. I must hold my tongue next time. Yama says, "You don't speak enough as it is." It would seem there are only 2 soft hands in the hunting lodge.
I take out the.
Do you mean like a pair of hands, or are you claiming 2 of us are soft?
2 of you are soft.
And who would those 2 be?
Shauna will adjust his glasses and just ignore him.
The
She's
dwarf
been
and the
bullied in
elf.
school before.
Torgrim stands up right away and he challenges him to a duel.
Ooh, okay.
I have human features on, unless he. Can see through Mask of Many Faces.
I don't have a glove to fill with like a brick or anything to slap him to play the duel.
Just take off one of your gloves and throw it.
He won't pull a weapon. He's just going to immediately punch you. What's he getting? It's a 4 plus 7. He just punches you. 17.
Oh, that actually hits me.
Does 1 damage. As he hits you, he like pulls back his hand. Soft hands, strong jaw.
Torgrim's actually gonna punch him back.
All right.
So that's just a plus strength, right?
Yep. That's it. You hit it for 1 damage. You rear back and you punch him back. Give him a good haymaker across the jaw, and you can see he cuts back a bit, wipes his mouth, and he just laughs. You there, elf? Your turn. And he rushes up to the Shannon. He's going to punch you.
That's awesome.
Oh no, I don't have any spell slots. I can't armor back at this him. Fuck.
He swings. 21 for 1 damage. He just haymakers Shannon, uppercuts you. Hits you with a Mortal Kombat. Oh no. I think I broke him.
I thought you just said that you were gonna hold your temper and your tongue. Please stop hitting my friends.
It's just a game.
I don't know about you, Gustradh, but I'm enjoying this quite a bit.
It is quite funny.
Have at it then. You can hit these 2 too. They find it funny.
What clan have you been in that doesn't trade blows?
Well, this is one of the first. So I'm learning quite a bit about your culture. But, not all my friends are from the Northlands. Most of them are. And they're the ones who find it funny. You should hit them.
He walks over and he uses his claws and he cuts off a piece of the boar and he hands it to Shannon. Chew on this, it'll make your jaw feel better.
I'll take it. Just rub my chin.
Vorak sits down and he nods at Yama. Yama turns to Gustradh first. Are you without a clan?
Without a clan, what do you mean by that? I am not part of the Northlands. I am here more on a pilgrimage. I do have this nice cloth, and I show off the cloth off of the claymore. It has the the Raven's sigil.
Your clan is with the Raven.
If that is what it means, but I'm more just a wanderer.
You, and he points at Stag. What is
Yes.
your clan?
I do not have a clan.
It is a
I
empty feeling. Be clanless.
Sometimes.
Points at Till. You have a clan.
If you had asked me that days ago, I would have said no. But I've learned that clan is a surprisingly vague and broad term. I have a clan. I have the Talk Chaka clan. More of a hive, but a clan, I suppose.
Strong Jaw. You have a clan.
Is he referring to
Well,
me?
I suppose if you call the Royal College a clan, then yes, and various patrons coincide with that.
A clan of glass jaws. A clan.
I suppose glass would be an understatement.
Hypeus, is it the Strong Jaw clan? Is that the clan name now? Guys are the Strong Jaws? Dwarf,
It's their rugby team, the Strong Jaws.
do you have a clan?
I'm a former member of the Sunderwolf clan.
I've heard of this clan. Why is it former?
I decided to leave on my own accord for some time.
Would you call the five of you a hunting clan? Since you all will hunt this beast together. Your lives will be the burden of each other.
I do not see protecting people as a burden, more of a calling.
I would say this is more like two clans temporarily working together to ensure that both of their goals are met.
'Tis would not be a burden to find what, more about this gray dragon, where its Metalmancer counterpart may be. If that is indeed what it is.
Oh,
I-
a Metalmancer. What?
Oh, what?
What is that?
The shard is oft used in the construction of Metalmancer golems.
I don't know what any of that is, but what I do know is that where it is
Imagine-
where the red dragon should be.
Imagine a creature the size of Gustradh capable of acting as a puppet for one such as myself.
Is there?
You have a golem that you haven't shown us, a companion.
Oh no, I've never studied in such arts, but I am quite familiar with them. Being of the Royal College, there are often studies.
Then why would you use your golem that you don't have as an example?
would explain the Grey Dragon? And it would also suggest that what that Grey Dragon is not what we think it may be. But yet another creature hidden in the shadows.
Is it not the size of a dragon? An adult one, at least?
Could be the size of a gnome. It all depends upon whatever tethers its bond to the construct.
Till's gonna look at the human. She's like, you saw it. How big was it? Was it the size of a gnome, whatever that is, or was it the size of a dragon?
Those bones that you walked under to walk into our lodge, it was the size of that. The red dragon is about the same size, but it has a bit of a belly. Too many people have given it sacrifices to speak to it.
Would Till know that size of that rib cage kind of thing would not be the size of an adult dragon? Like that's more of like a youngling?
Yeah, you know that since you spent some time.
What sort of sacrifices are you talking about? The people of these lands give some sort of food?
The red dragon is an uneasy neighbor here at Vartungard. It keeps to itself. And if you want to speak to it, you can do so. You just have to bring it a gift. And it will talk with you without attacking first.
Well, if what you say is true and that this metal thing has stolen its home, perhaps that can be the gift. Is it getting its home back?
It may think that way, yes. I'm sure if you were to kill this Metalmancer dragon, that it may come back once it knows its home is free to recollect its treasure trove that is undoubtedly still there. You could also take whatever is there, and cannot guarantee your safety if the red dragon finds out then if you took from it.
Gustradh would look at Shannon and say that you said that there was some sort of tether to the bond for these Metalmancers, their golems. What sort of magic is associated with it? Are they using souls to fuel this golem?
It would depend upon the method of which the golem is created, but it is not unheard of that souls would be included in this tethering.
So you
Well,
all
it's very-
accepted the job? Yes?
Well, I don't believe we have another choice.
We have
I'll agree
lots
with
of
Stag on this one.
It would align with our current interests. I would posit that whatever this gray dragon is also tethered to the Rendfang. Also aligns with other objectives.
Well, before we head out, you said that structure, that the rib cage out front, it's a very beautiful touch to the front of the lodge, I must say. It came from a mammoth.
A dire mammoth.
A dire mammoth.
Bigger,
Well,
more angry.
did you kill it?
By myself.
Impressive. What's also interesting is we heard in town that there may be some undead mammoths roaming an island above us. I don't remember the exact name. Have you heard of such things?
Hunters in the Silverwood Lodge have reported seeing these undead mammoths roam. They are also the size of the dire outside our door.
Any other useful tidbits? Maybe what they're roaming towards? Are they just going in circles?
We don't know if they go in circles, but they do move in a very erratic way, not like a normal mammoth would roam. There's
But there
something
haven't been-
there.
There haven't been any reports of them bumping up against other human or civilized groups. Like they haven't been on a rampage in a town.
Nothing as of yet. But something controls them.
Very good. Well, that's probably something they'll have to solve for another day. Even though we probably won't even get paid for that one, but, you know, hey.
Well, if you do an excellent job killing this dragon and we can forge its scales into an armor or weapon of sorts, there'll be much more job offers that we can give you if you work with Silverwood.
Very interested in killing the undead mammoths. It's an abomination.
You just would kill for the Silverwood Lodge of Vartungard, not the other hunters' lodges scattered around the Northlands.
I would kill for Iana, the matron of ravens. That's where my loyalty lies. I'm sure my party may make that agreement.
Whichever clan is the biggest clan that is involved in the kill is the clan that reaps the reward and the reputation.
I'm curious. With this lodge, it is a hunting lodge, yes?
That is correct.
But being a part of Vartungard, you worship the raven.
We do not. We worship whatever we choose to worship as individuals here. We come together as a collective to protect the area.
Well, that is something I like to hear.
Here in the north, it is of great use to be able to say that you are a hunting lodge under the Rook shadow, or the Sunderwolf, or your friend there's hive, whichever is the largest, opens the most doors, gets the most equipment, leaves the biggest legend.
Well, I haven't met anyone aside from Torgrim from these Underwolves. I think my hive might be a bit bigger. So perhaps giving claim to the Tokchoka tribe, the clan, might be the best option.
Once you make the kill, visit the inns and tell the bards what you've done and who you did it for, and they will spread the word for you. I'm sure that's how you heard that I killed and met with many things. He looks a little egotistical, a little smug when he says it.
We have not heard of you at all.
It must seem I need to choke a bard. Yelma, give them the metal shard. Let's see what they can do. Show a hand the metal shard to whoever wants to take it.
Till will gladly take it. Almost eagerly.
It is in your inventory. If anyone wants to see it too, it's under the journal or the item tab, under miscellaneous.
Gustradh will note how eager Till was in taking that.
You think she's gonna let you guide them?
Till, but I wanted it.
My forehands are quicker than your words.
So as you guys have met Volrak and Yelma, you're welcome to sleep here the night if you want to, as the sun is starting to set, if you want to disembark in the morning. But I think this is a good point to take a quick little break. Quick 5-minute break, and then we'll come back and you can visit more of the city, or you can head out in search of the Ashard dragon to kill. I hope someone tells Comet that they're killing a Ashard dragon sometime this week.
we're killing 50% of his character. I'm so excited.
So chat, we'll be right back. We will see you in a minute. You guys are muted too. Be right back. Alright. Yeah, mute the party. Night, Mudkip. Raining dude, your game isn't this Friday, but it's next Friday. 2 Fridays.
Bing bang.
What's up, Prophet? Prophet, same. Get ready for that game, not this Friday, but the Friday after. Get y'all in the Haunted Lands. Once everyone gets back, we'll keep it rolling.
Bing bang.
I was playing Salami, my deduction would have been like, dude, that shard, it's literally metal. That's fucking awesome. I don't know
No
about you
thought.
guys, but I'm totally down to fight a dragon, bro.
No thoughts behind those eyes.
None whatsoever.
Give me them bing bongs. Just waiting on one more and we'll be good to
Bing
go.
bong.
Bing bong. My favorite thing to say now is he's goated with the sauce. Have you seen that meme yet?
I have not.
He's doing his dance, sexual
I
style.
have not, but it sounds very yeah, I feel old. 'Cause I don't know what the fuck you just said.
He's goated with the sauce. You met the Silverwood Lodging. But after you do this event, like this mission, while we wait for one to get back, the way it kind of works is there's hunting lodges at all the major cities, and then you can kind of build up a reputation with whichever one you want to do, the one you like best.
You spellcasters want to take a long rest for your spell slots?
I am.
Oh no, we're sleeping for sure. I will claim it's because you hurt yourself, but I need my spells back.
I mean,
Sorry,
I already took the long rest. I'm letting you guys.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Oh, god damn it, I gotta change all my spells.
Everyone's back. Let's do it.
That's gonna take me a moment. I'm just gonna change my spells. So, just don't worry about me first.
I'm so happy that we leveled up and I got a new spell, and both times I used it, nothing fucking happened. I'm so happy. I'm loving Ranger so much.
Entangled. Didn't entangle anyone.
It's
the thought that counts.
very frustrating. It's purely because I have a +2 to my DC, so it's only like a 12, which is pretty low. But like,
I really love my game, real quick.
there's not much else I can do as a ranger unless I just want to feed the enemies good berry.
I mean, you never know. You might.
Welcome to Goodberry, home of the Goodberry. Can I take your...
Poisonous good berry spell when?
Ooh, that's a
Put
good
it in
idea.
a slingshot.
Everyone's long rested. Got your spells set how you want it.
Almost.
Lemon would make the evil Ekanik and force feed people poisonous good berries like the day you make that spell.
Yep.
Happy to IPA. Little Goodberry. All right. So this is now the 7th of Narwhal. You guys leave the hunter's lodge. None of the other hunters come back while you're sleeping. Just the two that you met in the
Is it
Wolfers.
still the 7th? I thought it was the 7th yesterday. That's what my notes say. I know it doesn't matter, but
I
I
don't
think
know. I just jumped forward one.
the 6th, at the beginning of my notes from last week, we were on the 6th.
oh, my notes yet for last session say 6 and 7.
Okay. We might have.
That's fine. I can
Yeah,
adjust
we took a
myself. I
long
don't.
rest, technically. We stayed the night.
Oh, cool. I changed my notes. Bruises, Lord, and all that.
What's up, Frog? Good old Baldwin? I don't know if you know Gold, your cam's gone too.
Yeah, it's just off
Okay.
for a moment. Sorry.
You're good. So what would y'all like to do?
Well,
Oh, we can always follow the shard. Or you can see if there's something else we can do.
Well, unless one of you want to spend more time in the city, I'm good to go. Although I would like to pick up some arrows.
we
Do you
can.
not have enough?
I would rather have spare than run out.
Especially if we're going to get something that is tough as a dragon. It's best to be prepared.
I am ready to go whenever you guys are. I have nothing more to do in the city.
Till if you begin running out of arrows, then I may be able to lend you some of mine.
I appreciate that, Stag. I'm far from empty. I just not used to not filling up my quiver so quickly.
Well, do we know? Can you tell where we're supposed to go? Are we supposed to go?
Till we'll take out the metal shard and lift it up like Link. Da-na-na-na-na. What direction does it say?
So as you lift it up, you're not within a mile of it, so it kind of just hangs there. But you do remember them saying that it was west of the Barrowfist Hills, which is where you found Runa.
Stag just died. Well, at the very least, we're a couple miles out. The rock doesn't seem to work. She's kind of just like hold it with her smaller arm and just like inspecting it. Although I believe multiple people have told us west is where the red dragon is from. So perhaps we just need to walk long enough.
Of the Barrowfist Hills.
Well, that is true, but I don't know where that is, so I didn't think that was important.
Well,
I would imagine all hills on this island would look the same to me, if not to all of us.
Didn't we? Weren't we there before?
we
Wasn't it,
were there.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that. Did you see a label anywhere in the snow? I surely did not.
It looked quite much like a fist, and I hold out my hand like a fist, and then realize that you don't have Do you have like fingers, or you have like more like claws?
They're more like claws,
Yeah.
like the nails almost are sharpened.
Yeah, I realized. You would not pick up on that.
And she also wouldn't have 5 fingers on each hand either.
Yeah. It was where we went to find and rescue Runa.
Well, then perhaps it won't take us long to find it then.
Hope we don't have to jump across another frozen lake.
Well, if we do, I'm going first. Whatever it was that Torgrim did scared me.
Why did it scare you?
Because I almost watched you die, and that would have been frightening, because then the chances of me dying would have increased.
Okay, there we
Torgrim's
go.
gonna like put his arm around Till and be like, "Does that mean you care about me?" And
I said no such thing, and 4 arms will touch various points of your left-hand side and just push you away. Just like almost like a mother and her child just pushes you. Just get out of there.
So a loving push.
No. It's like the mother and the daughter at the same time don't want him next to them. It's a family push. Get away from my family. Don't talk to my son ever again. That kind of push.
Oh.
Me or my son or my son or my son never again.
Exactly. Stag gets it. That's why we're friends.
Fair enough.
But yeah, unless someone else has something they want to do, I'm cool with heading to the barrows.
I thought you needed to get arrows.
I was assuming we would do that on the way and not make it a whole, because I just need like 15 arrows.
20.
Yeah.
We'll go get you 20.
Then I will keep 20.
If I used. Oh, okay. Not many.
You go through the market, grabbing some arrows quickly as you do. You want to go just right out and start heading towards the barrows?
Yep.
You got
Yeah,
it.
I'm cool with that.
So there's a slight snow that begins to fall as you guys make your way out. It's still chill, it's still a little cold. Although now, as the days get closer to spring and the nights get a little bit shorter, you know that warm weather, at least for the Northlands, is slowly on its way. You still have to fight through the snow for a little bit longer. You walk out, and as you walk out, you go down the path. The hustling and bustling begins as people march around the city, getting what they need to do, get what they needed to be done for the day. Walking past some pines, you come to the familiar roads that you walked with the Tenfeather children when you took them to the meadows. You walk, and as you come to the same crossroads as before. One crossroad goes towards the meadows, towards the barrow. Then another crossroad goes north towards an apothecary. You can see on the apothecary sign that the apothecary sign has been like chipped a little bit. There's a note that hangs from the sign.
Let's look at that note.
It says, from Sigurda, the apothecary. Looking for able-bodied citizens to help me. Paying coin. Very short, very simple.
Well, I know we have this golem dragon. We could pick up maybe some supplies at the apothecary. Looks like they might be willing to even pay us.
I wouldn't mind restocking my herbalism kits, possibly getting a healer's one as well. Especially if you're going to get hit that often.
Oh, just not only me, but Torgrim.
Me, I'm not
Yes.
the one who got beat up by those birds.
Yet. Okay. they sucker punched me with their talons. And then you
You
guys
plan to
tried-
fight more of them?
Well, I don't know. Someone's taking shots at them, like way far away. They're not even in our business, and you're shooting at them.
Yeah, I don't know why Stag was doing that.
That seems ridiculous. Till has got something of her own going on there.
All right, well, let's just hopefully make it a quick stop.
So you want to get the side quest?
Yeah.
Side quest.
Everyone likes a good side quest. We're gonna 100%
Talk to the wolf.
Vartungard.
This isn't an any percent speed run.
All right.
See a distinct lack of snow.
Sean awkwardly in the back. So you make your way towards the apothecary's house, and as you do, the weather gets strangely warmer and warmer and warmer. John, your tether sense goes off. You get the sense that as you get closer to the apothecary's hut, that she has some sort of magical essence that warms the area to help her grow herbs.
Till will open up her wings and let them kind of just like separate and pick up the warmth on their own instead of having to use her own body's warmth.
On the way to Sigurda's cabin, you see a small stone altar. Here, in front of it is a 5-foot statue, which looks like it is to Amara, the goddess of the forests. Trees, so you can see this very well-made tree that sits there. Top of the altar is, she has a little bowl and she has coins sitting in the bowl, as if it was some sort of offering. And then you can see her cabin a little ways away. There's some smoke pouring from the chimney at the top. And this seems just like a very peaceful place.
I'm sorry, what was this statue of again?
Amara.
Mom?
Man, these humans will pray to anything, won't they?
There are plenty of deities to pray and choose. You don't have much knowledge of these deities, do you?
I do not know. I know of the life giver, and apparently I know of a raven. But that's the extent of my knowledge.
I do believe you know of this one too.
So we'll just give you like that Jim Halpert, The Office look. As if you're the camera.
Shannon, you see something with your passive perception. It's down here. I don't know if you can see my ping.
Yeah.
To your south a little bit, there's a 15-foot diameter stone circle in the floor. You can see these little stones that are wrapped around it, and you would know this immediately as a fairy circle.
Okay.
And you would know that it is a way that people tried to communicate with the trance. This is it's a nice, hospitable place.
Gustradh will see Sean going towards the rocks and just continue on down the path. Whoa. Okay.
When you drop a gold coin in the altar, you hear this little whisper and little gust of wind goes past your ears. Very warm and inviting.
Does it tell her that she has a frog in her hair?
Just or a ribbit. Sean, as you approach the circle, this translucent looking small tiny little fairy appears in the center. And it looks at you.
I will greet it in River Court and ask how fares the day.
Do I have a fairy icon? I don't. So it'll respond in River Court. The day goes as the day goes. Tell me. Tell me a joke that I have never heard, and I will give you information about the area.
Oh, man.
You cannot think of one now. I will be here until the sun sets.
Give me a couple minutes. I'll say in River Court. I'll come up with something.
As you walk away, you can see more of these almost like ethereal fairies start to appear in the circle and they're dancing around. Change the music to this. To your west, you approach Sigurda's cabin. It is a small cabin, but it serves your needs. There's a wooden fence that you can see through, and a gate with a little latch that is not locked.
I feel like Gustradh would probably respect space, especially out in the wild, and tap on the gate with his just with his knuckles. I was gonna say claymore, but I feel like that would be a little aggressive. And just kind of say in a loud voice, we are wanderers. We just saw your note saying that you're looking for help and we're willing to pay for gold.
Wanderers? A woman steps out. She's very tall. She's very sturdy. She has black hair streaked with gray. And she has a very firm, creased face that shows wisdom beyond her years. She's also adorned similar to Stag. She looks a little druidic in her clothing. She has different sorts of herbs and branches and bark that hang from her. Walks over and she opens the gate. I just put on a pot of tea. Are you thirsty?
Tea would be nice. And I kind of show my my claymore, the hilt, with the cloth with the raven, and to say we are friends of the Jarl, and looking to help clean up some of the different things that are plaguing the land, and just so happen to come across your note.
Ah, you are one that specializes in dealing death.
Dealing? Yes.
It might be needed here. I hope it doesn't, but it might be. Here, come inside. We have much to talk of. She goes inside, sits down. Would anyone else like some tea?
Well, I found one I might like, but I got to think of how to word it.
She'll hand out little porcelain teacups. Anyone that takes it.
I'll take it.
Do you have any ale?
I'm sorry, I don't drink. I have water.
Torgrim will take some tea and just try sipping it properly. And then
It's a very strong herbal tea.
Bill will take some tea, but instead of drinking it, she'll place it on the table next to the door and just leave it there.
Gustradh will say under his voice, kind of whispers, it's like, good thing you have soft hands. That's kind of directed at Torgrim.
I thought I proved that I didn't.
We haven't broken the tea cup yet.
Offhand Torgrim next to me.
Then Torgrim would try to crush it in his hands.
Make an athletics check.
Oh.
Torgrim easily just smashes it. As you smash it, Sigurda just kind of looks at you. What? So barbaric.
I look to the other spellcasters, wondering if they could mend this cup.
I cannot.
I'm sorry, I had to prove a point. And he'll give her a gold to pay for the cup.
Takes it, looks a little. Oh, well, I guess you might be who I need then. Even if you are.
Stag will just take Till's cup of tea and start drinking from it.
You know what you want to say? You have a joke?
I got one. It's bad and on the level.
Okay.
So Shauna will look at the fairy. Why do clerics and paladins wear chainmail?
There's now 4 fairies that say, "Why?" in unison.
It's a holy armor.
Make a performance check. Six.
Yes. Let's go.
Even if your joke was bad, we have never heard it before, so you did succeed. We
Why
have,
did that make me laugh so hard?
we have 3 things that we can share with you. Your joke. Number 1. The cavern underneath this cabin is inhabited by a Grick, giant spiders, and goblins. Many of the mushrooms grown in the cavern by Gustradh can heal you if you eat them. And then 4 armed men climbed down the sinkhole, trying to steal the mushrooms, but they never returned.
Are we looking for the mushrooms or the people then?
I guess we'll have to find
I
out.
don't think we heard that at all.
We did not know.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was Sigurda.
No.
Sounded like the same voice. My apologies.
But as the fairies
Shannon will-
disappear, go ahead.
Oh, Shauna's just gonna think for a second, and I'll thank the fairies as they disappear, I guess.
The fairies say, "What happened to the demon when his girlfriend joined the Holy Order?"
I have no idea.
He got fiend zoned. And then they all disappear.
I've never understood comedy.
Just learned this whole campaign was so Bruce could tell us that joke.
Chapow!
Wow, Shannon. You're here.
Did you have a nice
Fairies
talk
had
with the
some
rock?
interesting information.
Oh, fairies.
What did you speak with my fairy friends?
Yes, they were very interested in the art of jokes. 'Tis curious,
They hope to keep
but
this area
expected of
warm.
Fakin.
Yes, fairy. Little tricksters. Kind of like your dwarf friend over there. He can make teacups disappear by being angry. The reason
Tis on the
I
level for dwarves.
asked you here, fearing for my safety, and I didn't want to make it a bother, so I didn't go into town. I just placed it where I thought someone might pass by, and lo and behold, here you are. I have a weakness for trying to tend to creatures lost in the forest. I found a Grick. I gave it shelter and food and safety in the caverns beneath my cabin where I grow many alchemical mushrooms. Yet this Grick grew faster than I could deal with, and at a full maturity, it has become hostile and violent whenever I try to go down there and pick mushrooms. Can this Grick be soothed? Can you make it leave without killing it?
What's a Grick?
Think of a very large worm with teeth. Hangs from the ceilings and will drop on your head.
Tail doesn't know what a worm is because she doesn't speak the word very often, but she'll just not question further.
Is it a beast or a monster?
It is a misunderstood beast.
Is it big or is it small?
It's about as big as me. It's quite large now. Grew very quickly.
Does it speak?
No, it doesn't.
What of the spiders and potentially goblins in this cavern? Whatever the fairy said.
There is a small little hovel of goblins that have nested deep in the cavern, but if you just leave them alone, they'll be of no harm to you. The spotters, though, may look for a meal if they can catch you. I generally try to stay to the east and the northeast of the caverns below, and away from the west and the south to avoid them. All that I ask is that you either rescue this Grick and remove it. If you can do so without harming it, I'll pay you more. But if you must kill it, so that I can continue to craft what I must, and that is an acceptable outcome.
Well, I personally am fine with killing it, but I would rather save a soul rather than end its life. I'm sure
you
I
can try talking to it first, for sure.
Ah, you think it understands your click clack?
It would not understand my hive's language, no, but Steg and I might know a language or two that it speaks. Maybe.
Let's try that, and if not, I'll try to... I'm sure Torgrim and I might be up for a wrestle.
You're planning to tell it to leave by wrestling each other?
Not wrestling each other, but wrestling the Grick.
I can't promise that I won't kill them, but I will try my best not to.
I will do the same.
Unless one of us is capable of tapping into the bond to speak with creatures such as a Grick. Beasts often do not speak language.
Well, the sooner we deal with this problem, the sooner we can head out and continue our journey.
Agreed.
If it is a beast of some sort, then perhaps.
That was my hope, but I don't know what a Grick is.
I've never encountered one myself.
It's just a misunderstood beast.
Here's hoping.
Is it an animal?
Maybe it's just grown tired of mushrooms and wants some better food. Or different food.
Could you show us the way?
Yes, the entryway is actually that door to your left. Leads to a cellar, which will take you down. It is quite dark, though. Once you go down, you might need a torch or a light source to see.
I unstrap the claymore and hold it out for Shannon.
I will cast light for him.
Thank you, Shannon. And I will go ahead and lift up the hatch.
Right. Move you guys around here for a second.
Fuck, there's curved walls. Oh no.
Oh god. Gustradh needs to go to the back of the line.
We're gonna get stuck in the roundabout.
And I would be remiss if I didn't ask, is this stony in nature?
It is stony in nature.
Okay.
It is, but it's not foliage and plants.
Looks like I win again.
We're in the wrong campaign for this.
Need to buy like a fern for Stag to just carry with us. You can just hide it.
Technically, they're mushrooms.
Plant a tree.
There are mushrooms. All right.
So this cavern under the cabin is very well kept here. There are a couple light sources. There are a couple trowels and bowls, and you can see she has herbalism equipment around her. The cavern goes to your northeast and your southeast. Your northeast, you can see a little bit of a mushroom farm here. The large stalagmite which sprouts in the center. It's surrounded by mushrooms of various colors that grow around it. They glow softly, giving a little bit of a light source from where you are. And then to your southeast, the tunnel is much more smaller. much more cramped. And there is a bit of a cave-in. You look like if you were to squeeze, you could probably pass through there if you want to go the other way.
Yeah. Immediately, Till is gonna crouch down and she's gonna try and use the darkness to hide.
Okay.
Would be remiss of me to not mention, four armed individuals
Promise.
apparently came into this cavern and were never seen again.
Well, seeing as our four-armed individual has vanished.
Yeah, that's a pretty good stealth roll.
Shauna's just gonna tilt his head at you when you say that. Confused.
She's gone.
We had another one of us here? I thought it was just the four of us. A bug, you say?
There was a Golganthy with us?
Are there any tracks on the ground? I know she said that it likes to hang from the ceiling and attack from above.
Make an investigation
Surely,
check.
I was asking the
Okay.
other people to do that.
You're asking people who can actually do things?
I mean, it is your guys' class.
Till's
Can I-
gone.
Well, Till's gone. Can I try to look for markings that would indicate something was on the ceiling?
Yeah, make an
Or
investigation.
like things around?
Yeah.
Investigation.
A 19 is pretty good. Looking around this area, you can see there are footsteps. Humanoid, looks like just one person that walks around the center here and then goes north.
While she's doing that, this hole in the wall, like where it looks like it caved in, does it look like it was dug naturally by an animal, just caved in?
Looks like part of the ceiling is collapsed a bit. So not naturally dug, but something might have knocked it a little bit, like knocked it down.
Okay. Does it look natural on the other side through the hole?
It does.
Okay, she'll wait a couple moments to see if anyone decides to follow her.
Follow someone who's invisible.
I should have said
She's
that.
not invisible, she's just really fucking good at hiding. This white bug in the pitch black, surprisingly hard to see.
He don't got dark vision. He can't see that well.
That's not my fault.
I hold my sword. Where have you gone? Till. You can hear my voice.
I'm over here.
What have you found?
I found a hole. Just kind of like, with her knuckles, just like tap the side of the wall. I imagine the Grick is on the other side.
I believe we're in a hole right now.
This is another hole. Deeper.
Well, you have quite a bit of training in this area, and I will tend to lean to your advice. Torgrim, where's the rest of the party?
So,
I don't know.
Shannon, as you went north, you can see there's a lot of mushrooms around that stalactite. Stag, there's a large hole in the area you just crossed through, and as you enter that area, you see there is a waterway that goes under here. And there's also wooden shelves that have been bolted to the wall here. The shelves are lined with herbs, dried mushrooms, and other alchemical staples. One of which is on the shelf is a very red, cherry-looking vialed liquid of some kind.
Real question is, do I take it?
That is up to
We
you.
We could just say the goblins took it. This isn't Stag talking, though. This is just Gold talking. I will make a note of that.
Okay.
And continue looking around.
Till.
She'll look back. What?
Didn't she say something about goblins and spiders on the other side of the cave?
To be honest, I wasn't listening. Humans usually don't say anything too important. But whatever we're looking for is probably over here.
I don't know. I think maybe this is the side that she doesn't stay on, and
wouldn't that be where the Grick would be?
If the Grick wanted to eat spiders and goblins, maybe.
If it was agitated, that might be why. Have you eaten a spider before?
I look at Torgrim. Can we make a soup from spiders?
Probably, but I've never done that before.
We've never had spiders.
No.
They're not pleasant. Now her and Till will just stop mid-sentence as she sees something north of her.
So a couple things to go. One is the Till south. That's an elevated passageway. It is climbable. It'll take an athletics check to climb up to get up on this ledge. And then to your north, that is it's a very depressed cavern. There's a couple of high sticking stalactites which you can jump across if you want to. And then it drops down into a little riverbed below it. There's a little waterway that goes under this cavern.
Okay.
Cupping her mouth with like her lower hand. She's like, Stag, is the Grick over there?
I don't know. There was shelves and a bottle with a liquid in it. I didn't touch it. I was a little concerned about that, really.
Then it's probably over here.
To be a pond.
I look at Torgrim and be like, how did Stag get in there?
Torgrim will pass and be like, I don't know, but let's go find out.
Every session, this team gets more and more slow.
Torgrim's not a very smart person.
There's a pond in there.
Did you find a wall that curves?
I wasn't looking for that. I was looking for the Grick. Have you managed to find either?
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the people over there. Shannon and Stag.
How do you even see them?
The sword. Duh.
This Gustradh, man. If he falls into the pond and drowns, that would suck, huh?
He's now shinifying.
It's the curved walls and the environment, man. It changes a Minotaur.
Changes a man.
Shannon is going to hyperfixate on looking around for signs of the Grick, ignoring everything that they're saying.
Yeah. Till semi-insulted is going to climb up the sledge.
Make an athletics check.
Shannon and Stag are ignoring them.
Ooh, very nice. So till you climb up, and as you do, you step onto the unmistakable stickiness of a web.
A what, sorry?
A web.
A web.
That's no way. Okay. Cool. Big web? Like, is it the whole ground is like one big web, or does it look like dozens of small spiders have made the web?
It's like just a little patch.
Does it look like the webs are heading south or west of me?
Peering around the corner a bit, you can see that there are these very thick webs that are Indiana Jones style, covering the entire area. So you have to like push through and walk through it to go deeper.
Okay. And I shall check the other tunnel.
Torgrim would go down this way.
When you step into here, Till, you can hear chatter. You can hear these very low voices speaking to each other quietly in a language that you do not understand.
Oh no. Okay. Till will join the party then.
Which party?
Jumps down. Silent Stag, you're looking down at a pool of water. It's about a 20-foot drop from there into the water.
Okay.
And then Torgrim, you look into it curves around here. There are some broken rock here, which looks like the ceiling has something has moved across the ceiling and dropped some rock onto the floor in front of you here.
Does it look, if I were to walk past, does it look like anything's gonna hit me as I walk past?
Make a perception check. Ooh, looks safe.
Oh god.
I'll walk on through.
It opens into a very large cavern.
I try to cross these.
Make an acrobatics check.
Okay. There's also the option of going back around, but
This large cavern.
Why would I do that?
Can Till make a quick scan, see if anything's on the ceiling? Because the human said things that the Grick might be up there.
Sure. So as you look up, you hear Stag go, ah! And you hear,
Have you broken any branches?
Stag falls and takes 6 damage. She's down
ow!
about 15 feet below you, Shannon, and Gustradh.
I will take a look at her and cast Healing Light.
Thank you.
You
I
guys can
think
see.
she'll be fine.
You guys see Till run around the corner from where Torum was, bow in hand, arrow knocked, ready to fight anything that attacked Stag.
You would see Shannon casting a spell error.
What on earth are you doing? Stag, this is a serious place. We could die.
I fell down.
I thought she had dark vision. I thought she could see.
Climb back up.
There's an edge right there.
What
I was trying to jump, but I suppose we'll just go the way you went.
Gustradh, up the ledge here, there's those other things the human talked about. I think you said that they were spiders and goblins.
Yes, I believe that's what she said, and that she usually stays away from them.
Alright, well,
Grim.
don't go up there.
Do we need to make a check going through this place?
What are you trying to do? Look around, be quiet.
Nope, I'm just gonna walk through.
I would like to be quiet.
Give me a stealth.
Gladly. I will try.
Would my previous stealth be okay, or should I make a new one?
Are you okay?
I'm not stealthy.
Well, you
Torgrim's
could
not
shout.
being stealthy. He's just marching on through.
So Torgrim, when you get to there, you see something to your northeast in that little cavernous opening. You see a webbing coats the walls there, the ceiling and the floor. You can see through the passageway that there is a humanoid-sized cocoon squirming and wiggling in the web. That is right there.
Torgrim is gonna walk closer to see what's going on over here. It's probably a bad idea, but you know.
When you get to there,
Gonna say, can I check the ceiling, please?
I rolled really low passive. There are 2 Gricks, not one, in this northern corner up here.
Oh, balls.
And the Gricks look like this. Pop it up 'cause they look cool.
Those are ugly.
Eek.
Worm tentacle beak things are gross.
Hey, I've seen this movie.
Stag, I think your cat gave you advantage.
Hey, Shadows
Gave you
give an
advantage.
advantage.
Why is Shadow giving me advantage?
Hello there.
Why have you
Savvy.
done this?
Because you need it because you're falling in holes.
Leave me alone.
So there's 2 Gricks in the ceiling looking at you, not moving. They don't know that you see them. And then there is someone stuck in a web.
Torgrim's gonna go. Is this a ledge right here?
Yeah, but this one's a lot less. You climb, so you can just like jump up. Not too hard for you.
Okay. Torgrim's gonna go in here and try to get this person out of the webbing.
There's a profit tossing them biddies, give you guys advantage, help out the team. Thanks, dude.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you. These Gricks are so tiny, they're little babies.
It's concerning.
No, it's cute. Nothing wrong with there being 2 baby Gricks in this cave at all.
Do I have to make an attack roll or anything against the webs?
You just want to cut him out?
Yep.
Yeah, so you use your dagger, you slice open, the man falls to the ground. He's a humanoid. Looks to be a saline. He starts to rip out some of the webbing from his mouth. Oh, thank you, friend.
You're welcome. Are you okay?
I am, yes, but I just can't say the same for my companions. They were taken by those things, those worms.
Ah, well, that's exactly what we're here to dispose of, I suppose.
You would be wise to turn back. It is a very large worm.
You mean there's ones that are bigger?
Yes, she's much bigger. She just laid a hatch. They might have birthed by now. I think she took my friends to be their meals.
Torgrim's gonna, shout that to the rest of the party.
Why are you shouting?
What a nerd. Who shouts in caves?
Two Gricks
No,
run across
no.
the ceiling.
does.
I can't wait for the parents to come down.
Then the mother Grick pops around the
Yeah.
corner.
There it is.
The mother Grick hisses. It's too big to be on the ceiling anymore, so it just swarms across the ground at you. It has 4 little tentacles that cover its mouth. It has almost like an alien movie where the little hand things. It has that kind of mouth where it would stick to your face. It could bite you. It doesn't attack. It
Here
hisses
goes
at you.
nothing. Till is going to cast Speak with Animals, in hopes that this is clarified as an animal, like a beast.
Okay. Yep.
Are you the only one down here? You and your children?
Many down here have fed our bellies.
The
Working till?
the human upstairs is asking for you to leave. I'd rather it be a polite leave than an aggressive one.
I think a Grick would sound like this.
This is my home. I will not leave this cavern without cause.
She's gonna point at Gustradh. If you don't leave, that might be your cause.
Delicious flesh.
She's gonna turn and look at Stag. Stag, are you gonna help or are you going to hide?
Not sure if it was working.
Did you think I was talking to myself there?
I would not be surprised.
Slowly gets in front of its kids.
We are not here to hurt your children.
We're here to keep you safe.
The last ones that looked like you came down here and tried to hurt us. We devoured them. Why are you different?
That would be, I imagine, because we can talk to you. If we wanted to hurt you, I would not be talking.
You can tell that it's kind of assessing situations, thinking. Seems like an intelligent creature.
What if we leave this place? Where will we go? This has been my home since the woman rescued me.
I'm sure if you were to talk with her, she might find you a new home, or you could come to an agreement. To be frank, I wasn't listening all that well, and I don't know what the human's issue with you is, but it might be resolvable without bloodshed.
She does not speak like you do.
Stag, what was it that the human wanted?
I admit I was a little bit distracted by the tea.
Gustradh, what was it that the human wanted? I'll fucking go down the list. I'll ask every one of you bastards if someone knows.
You're saying in the word because he thinks that you're speaking.
I'm saying it in the word. Oh yeah, no, we've been speaking in the word the whole time. I think is how the spell works. It's just the beast can understand us.
Okay. Okay. Well, then I definitely would have interjected by then. She would just like to not be attacked while fetching mushrooms. Ideally, it'd be something where we would be able to relocate you to a new home, somewhere where you feel safe.
The woman thinks that you've outgrown this cave and that moving to a larger one might be more beneficial for you.
I know nothing of a cave nearby that would be more better suited than this one. The other caves are dangerous. And this one, the spiders fear me. And the goblins feed me.
Why does she attack? Why does it attack the woman?
That's a good point. My friend here would like to know why the woman thinks that you attack them.
She tries to feed us moss, berries. We need meat.
Seems like it might just be a misunderstanding then.
What is a misunderstanding?
Do you hold any ill will towards this woman? Have you tried to attack her before?
She rescued us. I would be dead without her, but what she tries to feed me, very harmful for my digestion.
The woman feeds them things that don't sit well. It comes back out not through the right hole.
Have you had a bean burrito from Taco Bell? It feels like that.
So she's tried to feed it tea. I see.
It appears that the Gricks are carnivorous, but she feeds them moss.
And do they believe that they can live off of the other animals in this cave?
Would you be able to sustain yourself off of the goblins and the spiders? Or would the human need to interfere and supply you with meat if you were to stay?
If she were to give us meat, we will continue to eat the other humans that come and try to steal her belongings. If she wishes.
I'm not a human, but I think that is a fair trade.
What trade?
The Grick claims that they'll eat any humans that try to steal the humans' mushrooms in return for them being fed not moss.
Do they need to be live? The food?
Yeah, your food, when you eat it, does it need to be alive, fresh, cold, cooked?
Does not matter, but it tastes better when it squirms.
Okay.
Will
Preferred alive.
Well, it
Can't
sounds
always
like
get what you want.
yeah. Stag, do you have any other questions?
I was just wondering, do you have a name? It feels strange to just keep calling you a Grick while we are speaking to you.
Bartholomew von Roximus VII.
Yeah, write that down.
This is gonna be an important character later.
Dude, that's the first name I've written down in a long time.
Gustradh will awkwardly stare in the direction.
The name.
I thought that was the voice changer.
I thought it was too.
he will awkwardly stare at Torgrim and the surviving member who tried to steal the mushrooms. Just like, I don't know how to solve that one. You're on your own.
Torgrim doesn't really know what's going on. He's just kind of observing right now.
We could let the Grick
rocks.
eat that last human and let the apothecary know that the deal has started. Give her no choice, and then we get the reward.
The 7th.
We can
I don't think it's
finalize this agreement if you let us eat the one in the web.
I see no issue with that.
I see a slight issue with that.
There's no reason this person should die.
Starts to
Besides
slowly.
that we just agreed
worm.
to it.
I said I see a slight issue with that.
We agreed to that they would be able to feast on any person that came in and tried to steal. This human tried to steal.
This thing is about
These are the
twice the
terms.
size of you, Torgrim, as like it worms up to you. It's a big worm. All 4 tendrils just.
Oh, please leave the child alone. Just the one in the webs, please.
The child?
Torgrim, I suggest you come with us.
Bartholomew the Seventh must feed.
Torgrim will look back and be like, well, it's either you or me, so...
Bye,
Choosing
Felicia.
me.
It lunges full face hugger at this human. Just, the human goes, "Ah!" And you see he gets coughed up and it squeezes and it bites, and you can hear him scream from inside its gut, and it lifts up and slowly ingests as it slides down the gullet.
Ew.
Oh man, nature is quite beautiful.
It walks over and it vomits out the human in front of the 2 children, and the 2 children.
Yeah, Gustradh's already gone.
Shannon is internally disgusted with what just happened, but he's going to take notes on it nonetheless. You see him just writing in his journal. As this
Well,
goes on.
we'll talk to the apothecary, but I don't think this will be an issue until we'll start walking off.
You will not harm the woman, as per this agreement.
Long as she supplies meats, we will defend her.
That's not what we agreed upon, but okay.
I really hope it's okay with just like goat, because if it's humans only, we might have just made a villain.
What have we done?
Maybe in 20 episodes you come back and it's like super huge and you ride it in a battle or some shit.
I'm down.
Super Grick. Bartholomew on Rocksmith the 7th.
Gustradh, you have a way of words with the humans. I think you should lead this conversation.
Was your journey okay? Is the Grick saved? Is it slain?
We did not harm the Grick. Actually, my party members were able to communicate with it by means of channeling their abilities. We understood that her name is Bartholomew.
The 7th.
Really?
The 7th. Rock, whatever. And
Bartholomew on Rocksmith the 7th.
yes, that. She is a healthy mother of 2, and we just saw her kill the last person who tried to steal some of your mushrooms, your healing mushrooms. We came to an agreement that she did not feel safe in other caves in the area, that they are too dangerous, that she is happy eating or consuming the spiders and goblins, which I asked my party members before if spiders were good, but they said no. I guess it's fine for her. She does not like any of the food that you're providing her because it does not go well with her digestive system. So she would prefer you not to feed her any more of that type of food. And she is very grateful that you saved her. So she sees you as more of an ally than an enemy. And I believe that there was an ask of feeding her some sort of meat, and preferably live meat. But
Whoa.
Alive is not necessary, I imagine. Especially if it's to protect your mushrooms from thieves. I imagine that those living meat will be enough.
There's a new type of meat that might work, but I'm a vegetarian. I could try the impossible meat.
What makes it so impossible?
Carnivore.
It is not meat, but it's made from plants. It just looks and tastes like meat.
I think that it's not really about the taste. It's more about how it's actually digested, and I do not believe that will be acceptable. It's unfortunate to hear that you're a vegetarian, but do you have many folks that come in here and try to steal your mushrooms?
Many do, yes. I guess I could buy a goat or cow every now and again and kick it down the hole in the front yard.
If you buy 2 goats, they could make babies and you could feed the children to it. Get more bang for your buck, as someone somewhere would say at some point, I'm sure.
How do bucks what?
Do not ask. We do not need to ask that question. As the one named Stag.
Well, a reward is a reward. At least you didn't have to kill it. And I have some sort of protection, I suppose. Here. She reaches out, she hands you a bag filled with coin and 2 vials.
Looking at the vials, can I figure out what they are?
So both of the vials, one is of a reddish color, and one's of a purple color. And then you count about 150 gold inside the bag.
What, could you let me know what these potions do? I'm sure that they're a little bit different than the tea that you offered us before.
Oh yeah, so the red one is a potion of healing, and the purple one is a potion of climbing.
Ah. Well, with Torgrim's hand strength, I'm sure he won't need the potion of climbing, but...
Yeah, he has very rugged, blistered, and manly hands.
I'm sure if the wall is made of teacups, he'll climb it, no problem.
Exactly.
I think that's probably the nicest thing he's heard all day. He's been getting a lot of shit
He's had an arc this episode. He went from soft hands to rugged hands.
Yeah, pretty much. Character development.
You get 150 gold to pass out however you want, and then 2 potions I can drop into anyone's inventory that wants to take it.
I think splitting the gold evenly is more than fine. I don't need either potion.
Jonan, how do you split 150 gold between the 5 of us?
Quick math.
Calculator, go!
Oh god. Ah!
You're the only smart one here.
The answer is
Are you saying we're not smart enough to count and evenly distribute coins?
Do you think Till has messed around with coins
It
before?
will be 30 gold pieces
No.
per person.
But she knows how to evenly distribute.
What's that? I've never heard of it.
Sean will take the bag of gold and give everybody 30.
I know how to count to 10.
I'll have you know, Till grew up in a very large structure, looked like an Amazon rainforest. She knows how to distribute very well.
Who wants the potions?
I have a potion of healing.
I'll take a potion of healing.
I don't believe I need a potion of healing.
Well, Torun, do you want the potion of healing?
Stag might need the potion of climbing, though.
Yeah, the potion of healing might be good for either. You said you already had one, right, Gustradh?
No.
Shonen has
Shonen.
one.
Okay.
But
Shonen
I mean,
took
I have lay on hands.
That's fair. Okay, yeah, maybe it should go to me then, because I don't have any healing.
Dropped it in Torgrim's inventory.
Thanks.
Then the climbing.
I mean, I've demonstrated my great climbing ability today, so
All right.
I should.
I thought it was great jumping ability.
It is in your inventory.
All right. Yes, this is what I required.
Well, hopefully we can see you again. If we require any additional potions, I'm sure we will be in need of some soon.
I'd be happy to sell them for you. And then maybe if you come, you could bring meat.
I'm sure we'll be able to hunt something up. A lot of my party members are trying to become a part of a lodge and be very famous hunters themselves.
Would be most welcome.
We're about to feed our downfall. That's what's gonna happen.
That's the BBG.
Yeah.
It's gonna turn into a dune worm.
Ooh.
It's gonna be huge.
We wanted a wolf at the beginning of the episode, and we got
fairy circle.
we
We got a Bartholomew instead.
instead.
He who controls the Bartholomew controls the universe.
I'm
The
definitely
Gricks
doing
must flow.
the shortened barf. All right.
Okay.
All right, squad.
You guys leave the apothecary area, go back to the main road, and this time you start to head through the meadows going towards Barrow Fist Hills. As you do, you see the familiar geography of the hills. Go ahead if you want to chat about anything.
I was just wanting to drop another just another gold in the statue as we walk by again.
You know gold doesn't grow on trees there, Stag. Gold doesn't just grow on trees. You shouldn't be just throwing it around.
I mean, gold is important, yes, but it's just not needed for everything.
Reference comes in many forms.
Well, it's best we get on our way.
Often dependent upon the deity, of course, but
You march across the roads. You go past the familiar swamp bog with the frozen high grounds. You squeeze through the crevices there where you met that troll the first time, and as you do, you get deeper into this the Barrowfist Hills to get to the western side by the mountainside that you saw before. The stone that Till wears faces northwest.
I will relay that and start heading that direction.
So to get there, it's going to take you about 12 hours from where you are now. Do you want to take a long rest and take a camp, or do you want to march all the way and get to the entrance?
I would like to camp, because I believe talking to that Bartholomew fellow costed someone a spell slot.
It did. Did it not cost you a spell slot?
No.
What?
No, I'm a ranger.
Oh. Does that... Oh, man. Okay. I mean, I have a lot of them, but you know.
How long would we be traveling? Like, would you say how many hours?
In total, about 16 to get to the entrance. Okay. So from here now, it's been about 10.
So for most of the traveling time, I think Gustradh would continue trying to pick Shannon's brain on how to speak Narn.
I will give him as detailed of lectures as need be.
He will get confused.
Sometimes have to
about some of the
direct them
vowels.
over the different terrain as they focus so hard on it.
Sure.
Watch out! There's a root. There's a stone.
Are you telling us that Are you telling us that in Narn or in the word?
I am practicing it. Like whatever Stag says in the word, I try to say it in Narn to practice, and it's I'm sure very broken
And not annoying at all over 10 hours.
Johnny will emphasize that you will need to learn how to write it because there will be an exam.
But my pronunciation is good, right, Sensei?
But if you cannot convey in the written, 'tis not mastery.
There's art in written form.
You make camp. I need, if you guys want to have like some moments with each other, I need people to make some watches. If there's anyone who wants to keep watch, I need 2 shifts.
Alright, yeah. Till would like to do first watch.
I can.
Does not trust anyone enough to sleep first.
I don't trust Till, so I will be first watch.
Oh, this is gonna be really weird when we have to fight each other and the rest of the party's sleeping next to us.
Yep.
Okay. We got Till and Gustradh on first watch.
Torgrim will do the second one.
Yeah, I guess I'll be up for the second because I only sleep like 4 hours. Not even really sleep.
Torgrim and Shannon have second watch. So as you all, you want to go second too?
No, I'll take a nap.
Okay. Stag gets the full 8 hours. She needs her bark sleep. So Till and Gustradh, as the 2 of you stay awake, the rest of you fall asleep. I need Till and Gustradh to both make a roll d10.
Being the person for this watch, the one that knows how to actually be outside, I will not roll it because it took too long for me to say it.
I thought we said we both did it.
Are we both doing it?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're in a dangerous area.
Sorry, I thought it was just the
Wah,
one of us.
wah.
Oh, right, this is the you match as we fight a thing, right?
Or
Okay.
something happens.
All
That was
right.
spooky.
The 2 of you are sitting. The snow has stopped. It's still a very cold night as the sun is set, but the fire's glow gives you some warmth. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? You can chat, or I can jump to the next watch.
Yeah, for sure. Till will sit across from the fire, from Gustradh, and while looking at him, just like, you know a lot of these religions, do you?
I'm aware of some, not all.
Oh no.
I would not say that I'm masterful in all of them, but I dabble.
Would you mind sharing some with me? I'm getting quite tired of not knowing what people are talking about.
Well, I think it's best to start off with the story of creation with Almadun. And I am, as a player, not well versed in the creation because I've read it a while back. So I will hit the main points so you get the idea. But
Yeah,
then
I don't need like a in-depth paraphrasing is more than enough.
But I think after going over that, what is most important in the Northlands are the primal deities. There are other deities, and if we stay together, as you continue to point out, if you travel other lands in Erenel, you will probably run into other gods, but in the Northlands, they mainly follow the primal deities, which take form of different animals. You have, as you've heard before, the Matron of Ravens, which is, as we talked about before,
That
dealing
one's Ayana, correct?
Yes, Ayana.
Is she the most powerful of the primal deities then, since you worship her?
I don't think you can really quantify power between the gods. They generally probably have about equal power, but Ayana probably I do not want to assume, but because she ate the fruit, she probably has a little bit more power than the other primal deities, but I think they keep most of them in check between each other.
That makes sense to me.
The one that Ayana is probably closest with is Bedoma, the Deliverer. It is a two-headed snake that judges the souls and decides if they go to the above or the below.
I've heard of that one before, surprisingly. Your one friend said it, talked about it, but I've heard stories at my hive of that one. Didn't know its name, but I heard that one helps guide the fight between the winged one and the one with the tail. Like a scorpion, I was told.
Edictor and Resmir, I believe. But the other primal deities, you have the Bard Prince, Kavwa. And that is a singing frog, which is a knowledge and trickery.
I don't know what a frog is, but...
I can't wait till we meet a Tad. And we have the Trickster, Atsuko, which is more of a fox, with the emphasis on life and trickery.
I've seen foxes before.
Yep. And then Odgir, we've talked about him before. He is takes a shape of a bear, the Stormclaw. He is actually missing part of his one claw because it was broken off against, I believe, fighting the giants. That is a god that Torgrim actually follows.
Does Torgrim have that claw? The one that he wears? Is that Odgir's?
I do not believe so. That actual claw would be a mythic item and one to be held sacred. I do not believe Torgrim carries that claw.
That makes
Maybe
sense.
something that
I wouldn't believe that Torgrim would be that renowned to carry something so close to a deity.
Yeah. The newer one is the ancient wolf Horafair, who is consumed by revenge and anger.
I have heard of this one as well. I've heard of flags on long ships with its banner.
It is one of the more followed and popular ones in the Northlands, from what I hear, because the main clan leader follows Horafair. And then the last one is Thariel. And that one is special to Stag, and I do not want to muddle any of those teachings. I'm sure she would be able to give you a better explanation.
Perhaps I'll ask her in the future then. Do you know anything of the Life Giver? Where he falls into that with the primals? Or the other ones?
Gustradh will take a second and think, well, first you would need to let me know about this Life Giver. We keep on mentioning it, but I'm really not aware. It's something that you said that I could possibly meet. I've not yet met a god.
The full name is Eldriad, the Life Giver. It is a great beast, hulking in shape and form, quite large, and it resembles that of a dragon, I think, but it does not have scales. It is feathered, almost like an owl, perhaps, or something akin to that. But either way, that Eldriad, the Life Giver, is real. I have seen him with my own two eyes. I've seen the power they have. That, if that's not a deity, I don't know what is. I've grown up worshipping them.
Do many of your other clutch worship?
We all do. We all follow as the Queen commands.
It could be a
Shoka
deity.
worships. Keechthaka was the first, and we followed her since.
What is a Thaka?
Keechthaka is the first of our queens.
Ah.
The ones who brought us here.
What does Keechthaka want, then?
She's no longer with us. It's been quite some time since she's been on the earth, but she told us, she showed us that the Life Giver is what keeps us safe. And that in return for worship, we won't die.
I am unsure if the Life Giver is a god, but I am not one to make that judgment.
I have seen mystical things from my brethren, my siblings. That's only things a god could give.
Do you draw power? You've done quite a bit in your own rights.
You've seen the brambles I can control, the ice I can wield with my bow, but I'm not fully there yet. My initiation was halted for personal reasons.
Would you like to talk about that?
Not fully, but to keep it... You have said a lot, and you have shared a lot. It's only fair that I do my fair share. I am on a quest to the east. There's a large pond, from what I've heard from the humans near the pines, and I don't know what's guiding me, but I must go there. I have something to deliver. And she'll like idly touch the sash, like the pack that's on her chest.
It seems that you keep that close.
It's what I am to deliver.
So you were supposed to take some O's, it sounds like.
Yes, I was doing the last step of my pilgrimage before I ran into all of you. I was actually hoping you could help me with that, seeing as you're really the only one that I know, aside from myself, that is religious to some form.
Oh, I believe the others are religious to others, but I have just...
Not to your extent. You seem to actually fully understand what you're doing.
Aye. If you think that I know what I'm doing, then I must have given you a good presentation. But I am still quite lost as well.
Perhaps we can help guide one another then, in time.
Is there anything that I can help?
Well, you don't worship the Life Giver, but you seem to worship most of the deities, or at least know of them. Perhaps your words might have some power. She'll stand up, and she'll like sift through her bag, and she'll have like a frosted parchment. It seems like she's been holding on to it for quite some time. If you'd be willing to say these words that are on the pages, ignoring the ones that I've crossed out, please. Just pretend those parts aren't there.
I can. And he'll kind of quickly scan over it, and he'll say, well, I thought Narn was difficult. Some of these names are quite foreign to me, so please forgive me if I don't say them correctly.
I've translated it to the best of my ability to the word.
Are you supposed to say anything after these lines?
Between each of them, no different really than what you've done when you were in your temple.
Okay. So he'll take us another second to reread it and just say, and start. As Goose,
You can use your name. Yes.
I ask the one in front of me their name and role within the hive.
I am Tilaka, one given the role of hunting for Eldriad, hoping to become a Keechdaka myself.
Do you, Tilaka, vow to listen to the concerns of the hive and its clutches, to listen and serve the many?
I do.
Do you, Tilaka, vow to obey the lawful commands of Choka? To search?
That was quite close, yes, that's the queen.
Ah, of course. To search and deliver the will of the queen and the life giver.
I will.
Do you, Tilaka, vow to look out for the clutch and the hive, to protect and guide them how Eldriad, the life giver, sees fit?
I will, yes. And then she'll cut you off before you get to continue. That part is... I'm still working on that, but I've done enough of it. I actually have something that can help skip that step. And you'll see her pull out a water skin, and she'll hand it over to you. And at this point, she's walked toward you, and she's like standing next to you, and she'll like unfurl her wings so they're like outstretched as much as possible, and her forearms will like rest on the center of her chest. And you can see the Rend Fang clan necklace wrapped around her lower arm tightly, almost like it's a part of her forearm at this point. If you'd be kind enough to pour that on me.
Where would you like me to pour it? On your head?
No, don't. That will take hours to dry. The chest, my hands are fine.
Okay. And he will pour, or she pointed?
Yeah. Yeah, you will immediately notice that the water skin, the liquid is quite sluggish and thick. And it reminds you a little bit of the goop from the burrows when we were at them. And they will pour down her chest, and you can see the teeth on the necklace kind of just like imbue themselves and just absorb the goop, and just start to glow slightly. And she'll like shiver a bit as if something is controlling her nerves a bit, and she'll just like shake it off and start cleaning her hands off.
Are you feeling well, Till?
I'm feeling as well as I ever have, I think. Thank you.
Well, these are new rituals for me, and I can tell that they're very sacred to you, and I want to be respectful of that. So thank you for letting me in on sharing this ritual.
Thank you for helping. And with that, she'll just start walking away from you to one of the nearby trees. And she'll like stop at the edge of it. She's like, I'm going to rest now. You can finish the watch. But I do want this to be known. I appreciate your help, and I thank you for that. But our relationship has not changed. Stag is still my favorite. And she'll climb up the tree and make her hammock.
Gustradh will say underneath his breath, I don't have favorites. And he'll kind of get closer to the fire, but I'm sure he will... Actually, he probably doesn't really need the fire. So, the loving embrace of his lady keeps him cold at night.
Is that how you describe it when you go to bed?
Ooh.
That's what I thought at the top of my head. It sounded cool. Now it's not.
It is pretty badass. I don't have a raven touching me when I go to bed.
Gonna wake up Torgrim, Stag, and Shauna?
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, I took so much time talking.
Sorry, Professor. Huh.
I wake them up in Narn.
We'll put Till here. Because you're in the tree.
Yeah.
We'll have to work on your pronunciation later, Gustradh.
I thought it's all in the back of the tongue, like you were telling me. I'll try.
Bruise, I can't focus on anything else, and it's a problem.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else has noticed it.
I don't think so.
You mentioned it in the chat, so.
No. I've noticed it, but Till is not noticing it. No.
No. Gold has, but
No one has a high enough passive to notice it either.
I know.
Gustradh goes to sleep.
Yep.
Alright, lifting the three of you awake around the fire. If there's anything you want to chat about, if not, we can go on.
Torgrim would just be making some stew for everybody.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Gonna be making notes in my journal.
Did I get
Unless
4
somebody
hours
speaks
of
to me.
sun today?
Yeah.
Perfect. I do not want your stew.
That's very
Blast.
preemptive. I'm asleep.
Hey, we didn't talk when you were talking, okay?
I see that in my dream.
Shouting in his dreams in Narn.
Having Narn nightmares. Why are you making stew at this time of the night?
Well, we gotta eat. And there'll be some for Gustradh and Till once they wake up.
How do you even make that?
It's mostly just hot water. And then bits and pieces of game and snow. Some bones. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
I wouldn't call that, incredibly, special, then.
Oh, it's nothing special, just, something to eat and enjoy. Nothing better than some hot stew on a cold night like this.
Are you able to show me how to make it?
Sure.
I may not need it, but now that I actually have people around who do.
Torgrim would go into detail and start teaching Stag how to make stew.
Jokester.
Hmm?
You, the one who tells jokes.
Well, not very well, but what can I do for you? I'm assuming he's speaking in Rivercourt.
My name is Cinnamon Sugarfall, and I want to hear a joke.
Oh, God.
Do I understand what they're saying? Using wild?
He's talking in common, very loudly.
Oh, they're talking in common? Sweet.
Why don't oysters donate to charity?
Why?
Because they're shellfish.
And he starts laughing and rolling around. His little pixie just roll around in the snow. Speaking to the circle has bonded you to us.
This is a curious thing.
Do you want to hear a joke?
Sure, friend.
How many goblins does it take to paint a house?
That is a curious question. How many?
Depends on how hard you throw them.
He starts dancing around in the snow.
Using thaumaturgy, can I just do a boom?
He bows at you as you do it. Then he's going to float and then land on Dag's shoulder.
Tell me, little fairy. From where of the trance do you hail?
Do you want to come visit me?
Oh, perhaps soon. Once this journey is complete.
I am from the beautiful flowers blooming summer's dream.
Would I be familiar with that at all?
It's the more like calmer, hospitable part of the trance, to the north.
It would be a most favorable journey. As Fae go.
It is amazing that you are traveling with the one known as Torgrim Ruinhouse.
Oh?
You know of
Jarl.
him?
His deeds stretch into the trance, thanks to the one known as Brigitte.
I did not understand that.
He said the name. He said the name.
What?
Did I say your daughter's
Mother.
name right? Brigitte?
The sister? Oh no.
Sorry, like I actually didn't hear what I didn't understand what the
Yeah, no, I
voice changer.
didn't understand that last
I'll
one.
keep it off. You have made a name for yourself in the trance thanks to the one known as Brigitte.
Really now?
Would that be your daughter that we would seem to be also looking for?
Yes. Yeah, it is. How would she have made it to the trance?
She tells terrible jokes. She can wield an axe.
She definitely
Why
did.
did your daughter go missing in the first place again? Torgrim?
Well, she went off on her own to do some adventures and some quests on her own with some people, as far as I'm aware. But we had regular check-ins, and she never checked in.
Little fairy, did you take her to visit you? Your home?
Oh, she passed through while we were all having a great feast in the garden, and we told many jokes. Her joke was not very good.
She didn't learn that from me. I tell pretty good jokes.
Will you tell me
Well-
a joke?
Oh no.
If you tell me a joke and it is hilarious enough, maybe I'll tell you about your lost ruin house.
Oh, really now?
And
Well,
as long as the trickster here keeps us connected, we may pop in time to time and say hello.
let me...
Since we are a bonded little elf, what kind of mischief do you and your kin like to get into?
We like to paint houses.
With goblins.
With their faces.
Well, I may have some appropriate mischief in mind when the time comes.
Sugar Falls are always into mischief, especially against the naughty humans.
Depending upon what some humans in these lands are up to, might be very appropriate.
Also very keen to give mischief to those that worship that angry wolf for burning down part of the trance.
Rolfer?
It would seem that our desire to cause mischief to certain individuals is aligned. Little one.
I certainly am not the largest fan of wolves.
The payment is
Warfare,
jokes.
while powerful, and also a part of our plane in the trance, is a problem that must be contained. It was put away for a reason, and Magnus unleashed that.
We don't like dark shields in the summer's dream.
When the time comes, if the time ever comes, would you be willing to help us get rid of him, more or less?
You would want to speak with the summer's queen for something of that magnitude. That is a great ask. Yeah, Rainy, yep, you were there, dude.
When the time comes, I'm sure she will be very willing to hear our proposals. Of course, when that time comes. I would not be so willing to involve the Fae, but a little mischief, little one, can go a long way. But I'm certain you're aware of that. Shannon will give it a wink.
Gives it a little chuckle. He looks at Torgrim. Payment isn't jokes, friend.
It's okay, I got one. Are you ready?
Of course.
How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh?
How many tickles?
Tentacles.
And he just starts laughing. Roll a performance check, too.
That's awful. You should feel ashamed.
He was so excited that he had enough. Just like, oh, I got this one.
Okay. With a 7. It was a good joke. I've heard better, but it was okay. Your daughter seeks to find the place where Magnus and the Dark Shield clan removed the sword known as Wrath, hatred incarnate, from the maw of Hrothgar and set him free.
Wow. I wonder what she could be doing in a place like that, and why. But thank you for this information. It will help us greatly.
What is she to you? Mother? A daughter? A lover?
She's my daughter.
A sister?
A mimic? A daughter? Then she probably seeks the approval like most do for their father.
That would make sense. She knows of my ventures to seek out Magnus.
Now that I've told you what you know, and you have paid in jokes, I think we should play a trick on your sleeping minotaur there. The gloomy one that worships the raven.
You want me to tell her the joke?
We could wake him. We could put rocks in the bottom of his boots. We could put his hand in a bowl of water. Make him soil himself.
Is that how that works?
Would you like to play a joke?
Sure. Why not?
What would you like to play? This is a group effort. This is a team effort. All of you will be involved in this joke and bound together by its consequence.
Are you able to conjure up a troll by any chance?
Unfortunately, that power is beyond me.
What about an illusionary troll?
I can make an illusion.
Could you make it snuggle up and cuddle Gustradh there?
It makes the image of a troll.
Can I use thaumaturgy to make it sound as though the troll is snoring?
Okay. It's so loud, Gustradh, you wake up. And you see the troll.
I'll use prestidigitation to like make a small amount of gust while it snores.
Yeah, Gustradh will definitely be shocked by this. And there might be like, I guess he would initially just be like, oh, there's like a troll, like, oh no, like don't piss it off. And then kind of quickly realizing that this is a image or some sort of spell. And then a split second, you will see a flash of anger cross his face, and then it will go back to the very resting, like, emotionless face and just look at everyone.
Joe disappears. And the fairy's gone too.
I hope that was entertaining for you all.
Well, I don't
What
have
time
the
is it?
ability. I don't have the ability to make such a image appear. It's not within my abilities.
Gustradh will look around and... So, you're gonna tell me who did it?
A friend. A new friend.
Fine. As long as we're not under attack, please do not disturb my sleep again.
As soon as you turn around and go to bed, the fairy makes it come back.
Gustradh will ignore it. Does anyone laugh?
Shauna will chuckle to himself a little bit.
Okay.
They will just
Sort
smile.
of well.
Smile and make the snoring get louder.
The Fae are definitely curious folk. But good allies if you know how to, weave through their trickery.
Fairy's also gone. Nowhere in sight as you look around for it.
And I just had a joke for them too.
I'm certain we will see it again.
I cannot wait for the joke to be on me.
Well, unfortunately, the pact that I have apparently entered into, the joke may be on all of us.
You're the one who spoke to the fairies.
Such circles often inhabit many different Fae creatures. Sometimes you're bonded, and most times you're not. It is unfortunate.
Well, at least they seem to be very helpful. I gained a lot of information tonight.
As I said, you can weave through their trickery, they can be great allies. Fortunately, they're from one of the better lands in the Trance. To my knowledge, anyway. The Summer Court is, from my understanding, one of the more hospitable groups of Fae.
Well, That is comforting, at least.
As night turns to day, Gustradh, until you guys wake up. The sun starts to rise, coming to the 8th of Narwin. As you guys wake up, you're a little ways march to the entrance to the cave. It's a good place to end tonight's episode. So next week, you guys are going to venture in and try to find a dragon.
Ooh, it's gonna
A
be
shark
fun.
dragon.
Construct. Oh no.
Nothing like fighting a dragon at level 3.
Fighting a dragon probably tethered to something more powerful at level 3. Fuck.
If it's a shard drake or dragon, it might not be a construct. The shard dragons are still like their own living thing.
Yeah, Metalmancer, as someone who has been a Metalmancer, they have like their own thoughts and stuff.
Are you metagaming?
No.
Metalmancers come from pulling the gems out of the dragons most of the time.
Yeah, if it's an actual dragon, it's its own like entity. It's the equivalent of a dragon.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's probably not a dragon, or else we're in trouble.
Our next game is a week from today, next Tuesday, 8 o'clock. And then my next stream is Saturday at 2 o'clock Eastern when Straw Burns episode 2.
Oh man, Tuesday's so far from now.
You know what it is? I haven't figured out. Vincent became a Metalmancer, turned the girl into a shard dragon.
It all makes sense.
Yeah.
It all circles around. And some Torgrim
That
lore, just
damn
because you talked to a fairy, got some Torgrim lore. A little Torgrim dip. That's fun.
And now you can harass us with fairies whenever you want.
Hey, and make you tell
Oh,
jokes.
boy.
Make you tell jokes to learn stuff.
Oh god. I'll have to prepare some every session now.
Yay!
I got one right now. Why did the tree take a nap?
Why?
For rest.
Oh, you guys save that for the fairy next time.
Oh, I've got more, and they're all tree themed.
Please tell me you're only gonna share the same joke with the pixies or the fairies, though, right? Every time they ask, it's just the same
Same
bad joke.
That's pretty great.
And that itself is the joke.
Yeah.
I like the name in
Absolutely.
Discord too. Good name.
Comedic rejects.
The all Erenel rejects, man. Oh,
The air.
Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good night, everybody. Good night.
Bye.